friends, welcome to Evita Cooks and Preps. I'm happy to be back in the kitchen with you guys. And of course, I'm even happier because I'm about to share with you guys one of my secrets to the best stir fry you've ever had. Once a month, I come into the kitchen, it just depends on what I have going on, and make all my master sauces or base sauces all at once. That way I have them available when I need them. And today I'm going to share with you guys one of those special or secret sauces right here. And guess what? It doesn't involve cilantro. The cilantro is going to be part of a different sauce that I'll be making later on today. So if you enjoy a good stir fry and you want to be able to control what goes into your stir fry just like I do, stay with me because I'm going to share the secret recipe for my stir fries. When I make this recipe, I make a very big batch. Like I said, these are my master sauces that I make once a month, and I like to have it ready so that way if my kids are in the mood for a quick stir fry, all I have to do is get the rest of the components of the dish ready, because this browning sauce for the most part is the base to a lot of stir fried recipes. That being said, I will give you in the description box below the recipe for a single batch, because with that recipe you'll be able to multiply the volume of sauce that you make depending on what you're going to be using it for and how long you want it to last you. In the bowl, I'm going to be adding some warm purified water. Doesn't have to be warm, but it helps because the next ingredient is sugar, and the warm water helps to dissolve the sugar. I'm using organic cane sugar for this recipe, but you could use brown sugar. You can even use palm sugar, coconut sugar, whatever you have available is fine. Next, I'm adding rice vinegar, and I'm using the rice vinegar that I make, but this can be seasoned rice vinegar. You could use the all-natural mild and neutral rice vinegar, whatever you have on hand. But because I make my own and I know exactly how it was made, that's what I'm going to be using on this recipe. Next, I'm adding sweet soy, and don't worry because not only would I give you the complete recipe, but I'm also going to give you the resources and places where you can buy them. The majority of these ingredients, aside from the ones that I make at home, I purchase them in bulk. So I will do my best to get links for you guys of the different ingredients that I'm using in this sauce. And look at that lovely sweet soy. If you've never tasted sweet soy, I encourage you to try it. It's delicious, and as the name implies, is a little bit sweet, but it adds a nice little sweetness to this sauce. And in addition to all the other ingredients like the rice vinegar and the soy sauce that we'll be adding to this recipe, it just elevates the flavor of this sauce. Okay, I'm gonna give this a quick stir so that I can dissolve the sugar very quickly. I still have a couple more ingredients that I'm adding. And while I do this, let's talk a little bit about the different alternatives that you have. As you saw in the beginning, I added warm water, but if you know what you'll be using this sauce, and say for instance you want to use it for chicken stir fry or beef stir fry, you can substitute the water for chicken broth or beef broth. I like to make mine with water because I use this sauce in different recipes, so I want it to be neutral. But the sky is the limit with the different alternatives that you have for it, okay? I tried it with all those ingredients that I just enumerated, and it tastes just as delicious. So let's go ahead and continue adding the remaining ingredients, which are not that many, by the way. Okay. In addition to the sweet soy sauce, the recipe also calls for light sodium soy sauce. If you can't find the low sodium, don't worry about it. Just keep in mind that this one is just less salty, and depending on what you're going to be using the sauce for, then you may have to adjust the salt content in the recipe. So try your best to get the low sodium. That way you can control the amount of salt that goes into your dishes. That's very important to me, by the way. Next ingredient is oyster sauce. This is also a little bit salty, and as you can see, it's very thick. Normally I have all my ingredients pre-measured, but this sauce is so quick that I thought I could just do it real time. There goes the oyster sauce, which by the way is one of my favorite ingredients for this sauce. And finally, I'm adding another incredibly delicious ingredient, and that is this mushroom flavored dark soy sauce, which it's not that thick, but it is salty. That ties directly with the light soy sauce that I recommend you use at the start of this recipe. Again, if you decide to use just regular soy sauce, that's fine, but you may have to adjust the salt seasoning or maybe the amount of the sauce that you use whenever you use this browning sauce. Okay, so that's about all the ingredients that go into this sauce. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix it very well. As you can see, this is a very runny sauce. It's not a thick sauce, but that's fine because that is the consistency of the sauce that I'm looking for. One fun fact about this particular browning sauce is that if you follow or read most stir-fry recipes, you will find that a lot of those recipes include the majority of the ingredients that I added to this sauce. So this is one of the reasons why I decided to make it in big quantities. That way I always have it available in the refrigerator when I need it. And the beauty about this particular sauce is because most of the ingredients that I incorporated into the sauce are fermented. It lasts in the refrigerator indefinitely. So that's another reason why it's a great idea to have it already made, saving you one extra step or when you're in a rush to cook the meal for your family. This will last me at least a month in the refrigerator. And I love stir fries, but this is not something that I would typically go out to eat in a restaurant, primarily because I like to control what's in my food and how the food is made, which is the reason why I cook most of my meals from scratch. Never mind the fact that when you make these meals at home, you save a ton of money. The last time I went out for Asian food with my husband, I believe the total bill for the two of us was over $40. And I think that's outrageous because I know for a fact that you can make those meals at home for a fraction of the price. Okay guys, all I have left to do is to pour the sauce into a container. I like to use a mason jar and I keep it in the refrigerator like I said. You can also freeze it. I don't freeze it because I don't think it's necessary, honestly. Like I said, all the ingredients or most of the ingredients that went into this sauce are fermented, therefore they have an extended shelf life. And of course, there's a high content of sodium in this sauce that will preserve the sauce longer. I'm gonna come back and show you how I like to bottle it, and then I'm gonna get into the kitchen because today I'm treating my husband and my boys to a lovely shrimp fried rice. For more easy and useful master sauces like this one, consider subscribing, like, share, and comment, and activate the bell to be notified when I upload new videos. Until next time, I'm Evita Cooks and Preps. You really have to try it.